The universe is a grand and ancient stage, an unforgiving arena where titanic powers act silently. Planets etch their sweeping paths, moons dance in devoted attendance, and comets etch their frozen signatures across the dark void. For billions of years, this grand cosmic ballet has played out in slow motion, each body moving in obedience to the unchanging mathematics of gravity. The clockwork order of these movements has been our comfort, a guarantee that while the larger universe is a wild card, our solar system is an area of relative peace and stability. That illusion has just been destroyed. In a revelation that has shocked scientists, stunned astronomers, and sent shockwaves through public imagination, Neil deGrasse Tyson has made a shocking announcement: Pluto has crashed into Neptune. The words themselves are impossible, bordering on absurd. The possibility that two worlds, millions of kilometers apart and held together by the deterministic dynamics of celestial resonance, should collide in such a calamitous manner has compelled scientists to face something they were never ready for, that the laws we assumed to operate in the solar system may no longer be applicable. For decades, Pluto and Neptune were thought to be secure dance partners way out in our cosmic neighborhood. Their orbital relationship was a victory of celestial mechanics, a 3:2 resonance that ensured that for every 3 orbits Pluto makes around the Sun, Neptune completes 2. This locked rhythm ensured that they never drew near enough to crash into one another. Pluto's path is in fact strange, eccentric, tilted, and straying farther from the Sun periodically than Neptune, but the resonance kept them separated like cosmic magnets repelling at precisely the correct distance. That harmony has now been disrupted. The impact wasn't visible to the naked eye. No backyard telescope-wielding amateur astronomer could have seen the collision of icy rock and gas giant meet. Rather, the first hints were from the quiet watchmen scattered throughout the blackness: deep space monitoring arrays, artificial intelligence-powered gravitational anomaly sensors, and telescopes attuned to the weakest whispers of light curves in the distance beyond the Kuiper belt. The readings were initially bewildering, even by some regarded as a glitch: abrupt, forceful fluctuations in local gravitational measurements, a low intensity, unmistakable flash of high-frequency radiation, and then the unmistakable growing of a cloud of debris unlike anything ever observed before. This wasn't any scattered mess of broken ice and stone. The growing cloud is turbulent, a twisting vortex of alien particles that our simulations can't anticipate. Radio signal interference patterns passing through it indicate exotic matter might exist, even compounds previously unknown to nature. For scientists charged with interpreting the data coming in, this is both fantastic and terrifying. The sizes of the forces at stake are too great for humans to understand. Pluto, despite its 2006 demotion from planetary status, is still a large world: ice mountains of water ice, a thin nitrogen atmosphere, and a potential ocean hidden beneath the icy crust. Neptune, on the other hand, is a giant of the outer system, its mass consisting mostly of hydrogen, helium, and volatile ices such as water, ammonia, and methane. When these two realms collided, it was no peaceful meeting. This was a cosmic explosion, the explosive unleash of unfathomable gravitational energy as vastly disparate materials were smushed together under intense pressure and heat. High-resolution imagery now coming in from distant-range observatories indicates the collision zone radiating, not merely due to remaining heat but also due to an unfamiliar form of radiation. The light is wrong, strange colors bleeding across spectra where no known chemical reactions should exist. Spectrometers are having trouble even categorizing the emissions. There are signs of new isotopes, and some theorists whisper of particles that don't fit within the standard model of physics. If confirmed, this would mean the collision has created, or revealed, a level of matter and energy beyond our current understanding. Most disturbing, perhaps, is the message picked up by Earth's most sensitive gravitational wave detectors. LIGO and its international counterparts detected something faint but certain: a pulse, a shudder in the very fabric of spacetime. But unlike the tidy, reliable signatures created by colliding black holes or coalescing neutron stars, this pulse is inconsistent. It trembles, its frequency in constant rise and fall as if it is not the echo of one occurrence, but the continuous struggle of something unstable. Theoretical astrophysicists are already arguing what might create such a signal. Some have speculated that it could be a newly created gravitational object within the debris field, possibly a compact mass unlike any ever observed. The ripple effect may not end there. The orbits of a few Kuiper Belt objects, far-off, icy leftovers from the solar system's construction, are exhibiting the tiniest but detectable deviations from their courses. They are minute, almost too small to measure, but over centuries and millennia they might add up, perturbing the neat order of the outer solar system. Such a chain reaction could eventually send marauding objects hurtling inward, towards the inner planets. Earth, guarded for millennia by distance and chance, might not stay forever unscathed. Worsening the feeling of foreboding is that the impact might have opened Neptune's inner core, unleashing materials long sequestered under crushing pressure. Speculation has been that the cores of gas and ice giants might hold secret forms of matter, superionic ices, metallic hydrogen, or even unknown states altogether. If some of these have been released into open space, they could act in ways unpredictable by the rules of thermodynamics or chemistry. The most unsettling speculation is of proto-singularity behavior, not a traditional black hole, but a localized area in which matter is collapsing toward an intense gravitational concentration. The electromagnetic signal radiating from the collision point adds another layer of intrigue. It's not just background noise. It is modulating, going up and down in a pattern that has the feel of being deliberate, or at least organized. There is no natural process known that duplicates it. Theories on the fringes already are proposing alien technology, inactive constructs that have been stirred up by the impact or activation of an ancient cosmic device. Mainstream scientists are more restrained, but even they acknowledge the signal is unnaturally natural, as one scientist described it. Meanwhile, the solar system's outermost edge, the heliosheath, is behaving erratically. This immense frontier, where the sun's influence bumps up against the interstellar medium, is detecting density changes and deformed magnetic fields. It's as if the entire solar system is adapting to a drastic redistribution of mass and energy. Whether this is just a temporary shock or the start of an extended transformation is unknown. Theories abound by the day. Most enduring of them is the Planet 9 hypothesis. This invisible, unknown planet, if it exists, could have been migrating steadily through the far reaches of the solar system. A close flyby of Pluto's orbit could have pushed it just far enough to shatter the Neptune resonance, sending the two worlds hurtling towards a collision. And if Planet 9 is still close at hand, it may have its own dangers, either by continuing to perturb outer solar system orbits or by attracting other objects into unstable orbits. Space agencies are mobilizing as never before. Voyager 2, long beyond its useful life, has received new instructions to send pings into the collision zone. Recently launched probes are being reprogrammed for long-distance detours. Research deep space drones are being accelerated. But even at top speed, these devices will take years to approach the area. For the time being, humanity can do nothing but watch in the distance, interpreting the weak, delayed signals carried across billions of kilometers. For the public, the emotional shock is difficult to quantify. People have grown up assuming the solar system as a reliable clockwork universe, an epitome of predictability in an unpredictable universe. Far-off galaxies may blow up, black holes may merge, but our planetary community was secure. That sense of security has been breached. If Pluto and Neptune can crash into each other, what else can happen? Might the moons of Jupiter be cast into chaos? Might Mars be hit by a stray fragment from out of the outer darkness? Even in one's own backyard, high-precision instruments have measured tiny fluctuations in the tilt and orbit of the Earth. The changes are too small to perceive in everyday life, but over the course of decades or centuries might change climate cycles, seasons, and even tectonic processes. A change in axial tilt might imply colder winters or more extended summers. A tiny variation in orbital eccentricity might subtly redefine tidal forces. Some researchers view threat in the potential. If core pieces of Neptune or subcrust of Pluto have been expelled, they might provide first-hand samples of environments otherwise inaccessible to us. But these are not benign clumps floating free. They are moving at astounding velocities, and some will inevitably collide with other Kuiper Belt objects. Such collisions might initiate new trains of debris, adding to the gravitational complexity of the outer system. There are also indications of tightening secrecy. There are reports that military-controlled satellites have been repositioned to watch over the collision area, and some observatories have unexpectedly cut off public data streams. Whether this is purely precautionary or an indication of something more perilous being concealed remains unclear. The likelihood that governments may hold back disturbing details to prevent panic cannot be ruled out. And so we wait, our telescopes trained on a tumbling cloud of ice, rock, and enigma, light years distant in human terms but distressingly proximate in cosmic ones. The debris of two worlds whirls within the void, its message hurtling toward us, whispering of odd matter, unbalanced energy, and maybe a whole new chapter in the book of our solar system. We do not yet know if that chapter is going to be one of discovery or catastrophe or both. All we do know is that the dance has shifted and nothing within our cosmic neighborhood can be taken as safe again.